trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon. First at noon, breaking news out of the East Bay. A Warren man is in police custody at this noontime. Police say they were called to a home on Warren Avenue about 6:30 this morning, where 44-year-old Silvio D'Amico was firing a BB gun at a bedroom door. Inside that room, a 28-year-old man. Police were able to get him out safely. D'Amico is now being charged with firing in a compact area and disorderly conduct. He'll be transported to 6th District Court to be arraigned. And now to the weather as we take a live look outside this afternoon with our sky cam. Really overcast out there, lots of clouds in the sky, cool too. Chelsea's also tracking some rain in the Weather Center with our first forecast.
So far this afternoon, Doreen, we've stayed mostly cloudy through the morning and now into the early afternoon, but that rain is getting a little bit closer to us. And with all the clouds in place outside today, it's a much cooler day than where we've been the last few. We're looking at temperatures right now in the low 50s range. Breezes out of the south-southeast around 13 miles per hour. Yesterday, we ended up making it into the low 60s, and now today we're running about 5 to 10 degrees cooler this noontime compared to yesterday at noon. Satellite radar image shows you the overcast conditions for most of the area. A couple little sprinkles now inching closer to far western Rhode Island, and we'll continue to track some scattered light sprinkles into the afternoon hours. Cold front approaching from the west will bring in some steadier showers at times as we head through the later part of the afternoon, more so into the evening hours, with some showers continuing overnight into at least tomorrow morning. I'll let you know when we start to clear out and what to expect for the rest of the week coming up in just a few minutes. Tori?
Chelsea, thank you. And new at noon, in his last week as Superintendent of Rhode Island State Police, Colonel James Manny is looking back on his career, sharing the challenges and the struggles, as well as looking ahead to his next role as a town manager. ABC6 News reporter Dominique Turner is live in Scituate with more. Dom?
With a decorated career in law enforcement, Colonel Manny is saying goodbye to state police. He sits down with me today ahead of his retirement and new chapter. Colonel James Manny wrapping up a 35-year career in law enforcement this week with a resume that includes working as a special agent for the IRS and in the Secret Service, protecting presidents like Ronald Reagan and George Bush, as well as the Queen of England.
I got to experience that, which was a great thing, but my heart was in Rhode Island, and I attained my dream of being a trooper.
Joining state police in 1990, Manny worked his way up the ranks, initially retiring as a major in 2015 due to age limits.
It was sad to walk away from this agency, which I loved.
He served as town manager of Narragansett for 3 years before being asked by former Governor Gina Raimondo to come back to the agency and serve as superintendent. Through a pandemic and civil unrest, the colonel sharing his pride in the agency.
When everyone was running this way, the troopers were running that way. And they really stepped up.
Manny crediting his wife Tracy as his support system over the years, who he met the day he graduated from the police academy.
I hope my legacy is that I was just a regular guy that came up through the ranks, always tried to do the right thing, and lived up to the motto of the state police, which is in the service of the state. I owe the state police everything. It owes me nothing. It's been the highlight of my life.
Colonel Manny officially retires from state police on Friday. Will enjoy his weekend and head back to work as town manager of South Kingstown on Monday. For now, live in Scituate, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC6 News.
All right, Dom, thank you. And in political news today, former Cranston Mayor Alan Fung officially launches his bid for Rhode Island's 2nd District congressional seat today. Fung is making the announcement in East Greenwich at the Varnum Armory this afternoon. The Republican was elected mayor in 2009, where he served until he was term limited in 2021. He was the Republican nominee for governor in 2014 and 2018, but lost each time to Gina Raimondo. And East Providence Mayor Bob DeSilva is running for re-election, the incumbent making it official this morning. DeSilva is the first elected mayor in East Providence. He was sworn in 2019. Before that, EP was run by a city manager. Well, Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza will deliver an address on his 2023 budget tonight. It's scheduled for the Providence City Council chambers at 5:30. And ABC6 News at noon with a focus on our schools now. South Kingstown School Committee will hear a consultant's redistricting report tonight, and it could make a difference on how students will be redistributed. In January, the school committee voted to close 2 schools over the next few years. Those schools are Curtis Corner Middle School and Wakefield Elementary. Now a decision has to be made on how to redistribute those students to other schools. Tonight's meeting starts at 7 o'clock at the high school. In Attleboro, demolition begins at the old high school, making room for new construction. Several parts being knocked down today include the pool, a small gym, the locker and weight room. Attleboro High School Principal Bill Rooney telling ABC6 it's been a 7-year process from the original vision to the vote and finally the construction. The project is budgeted for $260 million. Still ahead here at noon, Bay State drivers looking to get your license? Listen up, changes are coming to the registry. Why you'll need to provide your own vehicle. And the latest from Washington and the release of hundreds of text messages involving President Trump's former chief of staff. And this playful pup needs a forever home. We're going to introduce you to Baby in today's Pick of the Litter. New at noon, new drivers looking to get their license. Changes are coming to the RMV. You're going to need your own car for road tests in Massachusetts. According to authorities at the Registry of Motor Vehicles, the new requirement begins on May 2nd. The decision made due to the pandemic and health and safety protocols. Since June of 2020, the RMV deployed a fleet of Commonwealth-owned vehicles for road tests, which were cleaned and sanitized on a regular basis. Applicants must bring a physical copy of their learner's permit, a printed and completed copy of the road test application, and be accompanied by a qualified sponsor. In Warwick, a COVID outbreak has shut down the tax collection office at the Buttonwoods Annex. The office will be closed again today after closing Monday because almost all the staff in that office tested positive. If you were planning to pay a tax bill in person, you can pay sewer and water bills online or put payments in drop boxes outside the annex or at City Hall. New details now on the January 6th investigation. ABC News confirming the details of text messages sent to and from former President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Those messages sent around the time of the January 6th Capitol riot. ABC's Ika Jachi reports.
2,319 texts. That's how many messages former President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, gave to the House committee investigating the deadly January 6th Capitol attack. Some of the most interesting messages are from Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a staunch supporter of Donald Trump who's backed his baseless conspiracy theories of election fraud. On January 17th, just 3 days before then-President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration, Greene texted Meadows about a conversation she and other House members had about possible ways to prevent Biden from becoming president. In our private chat with only members, Green wrote to Meadows, several are saying the only way to save our republic is for Trump to call for martial law. I don't know on those things. I just wanted you to tell him. They stole this election. We all know it. They will destroy our country next. A group of Georgia voters are currently challenging Green's ability to seek re-election in court, citing a rarely used provision in the 14th Amendment. On Friday, under oath, Green was specifically asked about calling for martial law.
Did you ever advocate for martial law prior to the inauguration of Mr. Biden with any member of the White House staff that was part of the Trump administration?
I don't recall.
During the riot, several people in Trump's inner circle were pleading with him to do something to stop the attack. Even Donald Trump Jr. begged Meadows to push his father to make a statement, texting, "He's got to condemn this expletive ASAP. The Capitol Police tweet is not enough." ABC News has confirmed that Donald Trump Jr. will soon be voluntarily testifying to the House Select Committee. The committee expects to begin holding public hearings in June. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
And former President Bill Clinton is visiting Rhode Island today, set to speak at Brown University. Clinton will be part of a discussion on leadership, global politics, and creative writing. He's specifically visiting to be part of a lecture series in memory of Casey Shearer, Brown, class of 2000, an aspiring writer and sportscaster who died just days before he was set to graduate from Brown. Clinton knew Shearer and spoke at the 2000 memorial service at Brown. Coming up, music legends set to take the stage in Providence this week. We catch up with the 5-time Grammy Award-winning Blind Boys of Alabama ahead of their big show tomorrow night. And meet Baby, today's pick of the litter, how you can adopt this playful pup. In consumer news at noon, a California man is heading to court in Massachusetts to face a charge of making violent threats against Merriam-Webster over the dictionary publisher's updated definition on gender. Prosecutors say 34-year-old Jeremy David Hansen of Rossmore was charged last week with interstate communication of threats to commit violence. He's scheduled to appear in federal court on Friday in Springfield. That's where Merriam-Webster is based. Massachusetts AG Maura Healey is looking into whether Fenway Park's new cashless policy is legal. We told you previously that Fenway is now cash-free for concessions. You could load cash onto a card if you need to at a few stations throughout the park. Healy, who is running for governor, said she's questioning whether the system is equitable since not everyone has a credit card. Similar cashless concession systems went into place last year at Gillette Stadium and at TD Garden. Well, if you want to satiate your need for speed sustainably, you might not have to wait too long. GM has announced that they'll offer electrified Corvette as early as next year. The company posted a video on Twitter showing what appeared to be a hybrid model. Facebook parent company Meta will soon open its first physical retail store. Customers will get to try out products like Meta's latest VR headsets, smart glasses, and video chat devices. The store will be located on the company's Burlingame, California campus. It opens May 9th. And Bitcoin will be making its way into more retirement accounts. Fidelity becoming the first major retirement plan provider to allow investors to include the cryptocurrency in 401ks.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, so far today, we've been seeing dry conditions. That's going to start to change as we head into the afternoon. What you're looking at outside right now, couple little spotty showers off to our west, inching closer to western Rhode Island. This is very, very light, very scattered, really just a few raindrops showing up. And that's going to be the case for the coming hours. But eventually, we do get into a few steadier showers overnight into early on tomorrow morning. So far, this has been the view pretty much all day long since that sun came up before 6 a.m. A lot of clouds in place this morning, and that continues through the afternoon, through tonight into tomorrow morning. It won't be until late tomorrow morning and into the afternoon that we'll get back into some sunshine. And without the sunshine, we haven't warmed up much. We started the day mild, but from there we haven't seen those temperatures climb. Most of us are still sitting in the upper 40s and low 50s, close to where we started the day. A few spots in eastern Mass managed to get a little bit of sun popping through. Temperatures in the mid 50s in spots like Norwood and Taunton. We end up topping out in that mid 50s range today. Cooler than where we were yesterday, running 5 to 10 degrees cooler in most locations. Plus, there's a little bit of a breeze that's coming in from the south-southeast around 5 to up to 15 miles per hour. And this breeze will continue to be with us through the afternoon and evening. It never helps when we already have some cooler temperatures. So we're topping out today in the mid 50s range. Tomorrow we get back closer to about 60 degrees. But the rain that's coming through is along the cold front. And behind the cold front, we are seeing wind, and it's going to come in from the northwest. That wind from the northwest is going to keep us a bit cooler for Thursday, for Friday, even into Saturday. The afternoon highs will be staying in the low to mid 50s, and that's with some sunshine. And the overnight lows, not showed here on this graph, are going to be down into the 30s, potentially feeling even cooler. The good news is, almost like the flip of a switch, we end up on May 1st with temperatures back into the mid 60s range, and it looks like we'll stay in the 60s beyond this 7-day forecast. So a cool end to the month of April, but warming up as we get closer into May. Satellite radar image shows you those few little spotty sprinkles off to our west. Much wider view shows you the extent of the cold front. It's a long cold front, extends really up from Maine all the way down to the Gulf, but there's not a ton of moisture associated with it. So again, we have the risk of those scattered showers through today, tonight, and into tomorrow morning. It doesn't add up to a lot. So we're not looking at a soaking rain that's going to really tone down the fire danger, and also the pollen counts. Everything's staying pretty high as we head through the remainder of the week, even with a little bit of rain coming through. You'll see the scattered showers continuing through your evening drive home. 9 o'clock, there's some pockets of some steadier rain, but for the most part, we're not talking about any downpours or torrential rain at that, just some steadier showers at times. Early tomorrow morning, some clouds, damp to start the day, but we get brighter into the afternoon. Breeze starts to pick up. Now tomorrow you get some sun. Temperatures should get close to 60 degrees, but then overnight as we continue to clear out and that breeze continues to come in from the northwest, temperatures drop 30s by early Thursday morning with sun to start the day. Partly sunny conditions into the afternoon, staying cool, highs only in the low 50s. In terms of rainfall, less than 1/4 of an inch for most of us. So yes, of course, we have the risk of rain again for the next almost 24 hours, a little less than 24 hours. I think by this time tomorrow we'll be breaking into sun. But that just goes to show how light the rain will be. Even if you get some of those steady showers on the high end, we're talking about 1/4 of an inch of rain. So it's not a soaking rain. Showers gradually moving in. It's a cooler day. Temps in the mid 60s or 50s rather. Tonight we have steady showers. You're looking at a mild night. Good idea to keep the raincoat handy if you are heading out any time this evening and into very early tomorrow morning. From there, we clear out. We're breezy tomorrow. Temperatures still around 60 degrees, but that breeze brings in cooler temperatures for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Morning temps in the 30s. Factor in the wind, we feel cooler. But again, by Sunday, we're into the mid 60s. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Pick Up the Litter is next at noon today. Meet Baby, a playful pup who loves people and staying busy.
Pick of the Litter. Brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That, of course, means it's time for Pick of the Litter. We, of course, have our friends from the ISPCA here. You guys have brought Baby with you today. Baby's a big baby. Yes. he's a large boy. Tell us about him.
So Baby came to us recently as an owner surrender because the landlord said no.
Okay.
He's a very, very large boy.
He is.
So he needs a lot of space.
Sure.
He needs a big house. He has a lot of energy. He is a big baby. He is kind of whiny, but he's a big guy,
right.
and he can be very jumpy. And so we're recommending adults only,
sure.
as well as only pet. Okay. He just gets very excited.
Right. He's jumped a few times here, and he gets some height with him. So I think that's a good idea. Adults only. Now he's 1 year old, right? He just turned 1, and he is pretty big. Do we think that this is where he'll stay? Do you think? Okay.
Yep.
So
this is it. He's just dense.
Yes. That's a good word
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
He is a dense pup, but he's really sweet otherwise. I mean, he's got that energy. He jumps a lot. Other than that, being the only pet in the home, what other situation do you think would be great for Baby?
You know, I think because he's young, he could definitely benefit from just like some structure,
Okay.
some just general manners training.
Okay.
You know, to kind of get that jumping under control.
Sure.
Doesn't mean anything by it. He's excited.
Sure, excited. And maybe some space.
Yes.
Some space for him to get some of that energy out, because he does have plenty of it. All right. Well, we need to find Baby the perfect home. He really is a sweetheart with lots of energy. If you are interested in Baby, you can contact the RSPCA. It's 401-438-8150. Thanks, guys.
In entertainment news today at noon, history will be on display tomorrow night in Providence when one of music's most decorated groups performs live. The 5-time Grammy-winning gospel group, the Blind Boys of Alabama, playing the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. The boys have been making music together since 1939. They've also played at the White House for 3 different presidents and have collaborated with the likes of Prince, Bonnie Raitt, and Peter Gabriel, just to name a few. Tomorrow night, another very special collaboration on stage here in Providence.
We realized that music, good music touches everybody. We realized this. The main thing is we realized that people need people. I tell you what, they're going to have a wonderful time. This is going to be a great experience because you're going to have 2 cultures in just one beat.
And Those two cultures on stage together tomorrow night in Providence. The show called From Bamako to Birmingham. The Blind Boys of Alabama and Amadou and Miriam, a Grammy-nominated duo from Mali. Showtime is 7:30 tomorrow night. There are tickets still available. So many. It's so great to just see shows back, right?
Oh my gosh, so many people excited for that one.
Right,
for
exactly.
Sure.
Whatever your interests are.
Absolutely. We are looking at some showers that begin to move in for the afternoon and evening hours. That continues overnight into very early tomorrow morning. From there, we gradually dry out. We clear out, it'll be breezy, and then we're much cooler for the second half of the work week. The good news is May 1st hits, and we're back in the 60s.
Flip that switch.
Yes.
And the calendar page. Thanks, Chelsea. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues 1st at 4. Have a great day, everybody.